Welcome to today's deep dive. If you're joining us, you're likely, you're someone we call the learner.
Right, someone looking for real information.
Exactly. You're looking to upgrade your daily routines with smart science-backed knowledge without getting completely overwhelmed by the jargon.
And there is so much jargon out there.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So today we have a fantastic source material to guide us. It's an insightful article titled Natural Enamel Protection.
By Laurent Fabian.
Yes, Laurent Fabian. He's the founder of Ingredientsage and just a brilliant wellness innovator who really explores the science behind all those cosmetic and supplement ingredients we interact with every single day.
Which is such an important area to scrutinize. We look at our diets, but we rarely look at our toothpaste.
Right. And that is exactly the mission for today's deep dive. We are going to explore a completely natural alternative to traditional fluoride.
One that promises to fortify enamel, reduce sensitivity, and just generally align with a more body-friendly lifestyle.
Okay, let's unpack this, because I think for most of us, questioning fluoride is, well, it feels a bit like questioning gravity.
It's the absolute default. I mean, for decades, we have relied on these specific chemicals for dental health. It's what our dentists gave us. It's what was in the water.
Yeah, it's just everywhere.
But now there's this massive shift occurring toward biocompatible solutions.
Yeah.
People want things that work with their body's biology.
Oh.
And that brings us to the star of Fabian's article, which is a mineral called hydroxyapatite.
Hydroxyapatite, it's a bit of a mouthful.
It is, yeah.
But what I love about this is that it isn't some synthetic lab creation. It's actually the naturally occurring mineral that already makes up the vast majority of our own tooth enamel.
Exactly. It makes up about 97% of your enamel. So we aren't introducing a foreign chemical.
We're just giving the body more of what it's already made of.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the way it works, the actual mechanism of action is brilliant. When you use it in toothpaste, these tiny hydroxyapatite particles literally adhere directly to the tooth surface.
They just stick to it.
They do. Because throughout the day, acidic foods and bacteria, they wear down your teeth and create these microscopic gaps. The hydroxyapatite fills in those gaps. It physically strengthens the enamel structure and restores the minerals you lost.
It's like patching a brick wall with actual matching bricks instead of just smearing concrete over the whole thing.
That is a perfect analogy. And what's fascinating here is how it compares to fluoride. Because they both protect teeth, but they operate in totally different ways.
Right, because fluoride creates a kind of artificial layer, doesn't it?
Yes, it pulls minerals from your saliva to make fluorapatite, which is very hard, but also more brittle. Hydroxyapatite is just much gentler.
And Fabian points out this makes it highly recommended by dentists for people with fluoride sensitivities, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly practical for children or pregnant women who really need to be cautious about fluoride ingestion.
Because swallowing traditional toothpaste is a real hazard.
Yes, you'd have to call poison control.
Yep.
But with hydroxyapatite, it's completely non-toxic.
It's just amazing having an alternative that works in such harmony with the body's natural makeup.
It really is a paradigm shift.
But here's where it gets really interesting, because the benefits go way beyond just preventing cavities.
Oh, the secondary benefits are massive. We have to talk about the antibacterial and the whitening properties.
Let's start with the antibacterial side, because it doesn't just carpet bomb your mouth like alcohol mouthwashes do, right?
Right, it doesn't just kill everything indiscriminately.
Mm-hmm.
What hydroxyapatite does is it reduces bacterial adhesion.
Meaning the bacteria can't stick to your teeth.
Exactly. It binds to the bacteria and makes the surface of your teeth too slick for them to anchor. If they can't adhere, they can't form plaque.
Which naturally leads to fresher breath and much healthier gums.
Yes, because you're stopping the problem before the biofilm even forms.
That makes total sense. And then there's the whitening aspect. This completely changed how I think about whitening toothpaste.
Because usually we think of bleaching or harsh scraping.
Right, like sandpaper, essentially. But Fabian explains this is a gentle whitener. By filling in all those microscopic surface irregularities, it creates this much smoother enamel surface.
And purely from an optical physics standpoint, a smoother surface is more reflective.
So it looks whiter and brighter just by being structurally whole. You get the whitening effect without any of the harsh chemicals or abrasives.
Which is incredible for people who have avoided whitening products because of the pain.
Oh, absolutely. Which actually brings us to a huge issue for so many people listening today, tooth sensitivity.
Yes. This is where hydroxyapatite truly shines.
Because typical sensitivity toothpastes, they just numb the nerve, don't they?
They use potassium nitrate to temporarily calm the nerve endings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Band-Aid. but hydroxyapatite addresses the actual biological mechanics.
Right beneath the enamel is the dentin.
And the dentin is full of these tiny microscopic tubes called tubules. When your enamel wears away, those tubules are exposed.
And that's how the hot coffee or the cold ice cream shoots straight to the nerve.
Exactly. What the mineral particles do is they create a protective layer over that exposed dentin. They physically enter and seal off those tiny tubules.
So it blocks the painful stimuli entirely.
Yes. Instead of just masking the pain, it addresses the root cause by literally rebuilding the enamel for long-term relief.
I love the real-world evidence Fabian included in the article for this. The specific stories really bring it home.
The clinical results are very compelling.
Like Sarah, she's 35. She had hypersensitivity for years and totally avoided cold foods. But after switching, she could finally enjoy ice cream again without wincing.
Because those tubules were physically sealed.
Right. And then there was Mike, who is 42. His dentist actually saw a marked, measurable improvement in his enamel strength after just 3 months.
The dentist can visually see the structural improvement.
And Lisa, the 28-year-old, she had this terrible streak of cavities every visit. But she broke her streak and hasn't had a single one in 2 years since making the switch.
It really highlights how effective this preventative approach is.
So what does this all mean? If you're listening to this and you're ready to make a change, how do you actually implement this knowledge during your next trip to the store?
Because the toothpaste aisle is incredibly overwhelming.
It's all just flashy boxes and bold claims. So what exactly should we be looking for on the label?
There are 3 specific ingredients the source says to look out for. The first and most important is nano-hydroxyapatite.
Nano specifically.
Yes, the nanoform is the most effective for remineralization. The particles are engineered to be so incredibly small that they can perfectly fit into those tiny dentin tubules we just talked about.
Okay, so nano-hydroxyapatite is ingredient number 1. What's the second?
Xylitol.
Which is a sweetener, right?
It is a natural sweetener derived from plants, so it makes the paste taste good. But it actually pulls double duty because it helps prevent tooth decay.
How does a sweetener prevent decay?
Cavity-causing bacteria feed on regular sugars, but they cannot process xylitol. They consume it, but it gives them no energy, so they essentially starve. It's a fantastic natural defense mechanism.
That is brilliant. Okay, and the third ingredient?
Essential oils. You want to look for things like peppermint or tea tree oil.
For the fresh breath, obviously.
Yes. But they also provide added antibacterial and anti-inflammatory benefits for your gums.
Perfect. But Fabian also gave a pretty strong warning about what to avoid, right?
Yes. What you leave out is just as important.
You want to actively avoid harsh abrasives. Because if you're trying to gently rebuild your enamel, you don't want to scrub it right back off with heavy silica.
Exactly. You also want to avoid artificial colors and synthetic flavors. They just counteract the gentle restorative nature of the mineral.
It's counterproductive.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, though, transitioning your biology takes a little bit of time. You can't just flip a switch and expect your mouth to instantly adapt.
Right. Fabian lays out a really clear transition plan for this.
And it's a step-by-step guide you really should follow to make the switch comfortable.
So step 1 is to start by alternating. Use the new nano-hydroxyapatite toothpaste once a day alongside your regular one.
Don't just throw out your old tube on day 1. Give your oral microbiome a minute to adjust to the new pH.
And here's the part that might surprise you. You should actually expect a brief period of increased sensitivity.
Yes, lasting maybe a week or 2.
Which sounds completely backwards if you're using it to cure sensitivity.
It does, but it's totally normal, as the artificial chemical numbing agents from your old paste wash away your teeth are temporarily exposed as they begin to remineralize.
It's a biological adjustment period.
Exactly. And after a couple of weeks, you can switch to using the new paste exclusively. Just be patient. Significant structural improvements take a few weeks to really set in.
Okay, and we have to talk about the pro tips for brushing from the text, because there is a mechanical way to do this right.
Yes, the technique matters.
You only need a pea-sized amount. Brush gently in circular motions, but crucially, and this blew my mind, don't rinse immediately.
Do not rinse. It is such a hard habit to break.
We are so conditioned to just spit and aggressively rinse with water.
But if you rinse right away, you're washing all those beneficial nanoparticles down the drain before they can attach to the teeth.
You have to wait a few minutes. Just spit out the excess and let the remineralization happen. Give it time to work.
It makes a massive difference in the efficacy. And making these small, mindful changes reflects a much broader wellness trend that Fabian discusses.
Right, this is about more than just teeth.
Yes, it reflects real commitment to overall well-being. By choosing a non-toxic, biocompatible substance, you are actively reducing your daily exposure to harmful chemicals.
Which, according to the source, can actually reduce stress and really boost your confidence regarding your dental health. You just feel better about what you're putting in your body.
It lowers your systemic toxic load over a lifetime.
And there's a fantastic environmental impact here, too.
Yes, the eco-friendly angle is very strong.
Hydroxyapatite production has a much lower environmental impact than the heavy industrial processes used for synthetic alternatives like fluoride.
Plus, the brands formulating these products are usually very wellness-focused, so they often use eco-friendly, recyclable packaging.
Which makes it really easy to build a completely green routine.
Fabian lists several sustainable practices you can combine with the new toothpaste.
Like using recyclable or biodegradable toothbrushes, right?
Yeah.
Bamboo brushes.
Exactly, bamboo brushes. Using plastic-free floss coated in natural waxes, refillable containers, and even just utilizing water-saving brushing techniques.
Like turning off the tap during that 2-minute brush.
It all adds up to a much more sustainable footprint,
But of course, if you're adopting this new routine, you probably want your whole household on board.
which can be a challenge.
Getting kids to change their toothpaste flavor is a high-stakes negotiation. But the source has great tips for family buy-in.
The key is not to force it.
Right. You educate them simply. Tell them we're feeding our teeth what they're actually made of.
And you lead by example.
Introduce it gradually. A great tip is just leaving the old paste out on the counter as an option, right next to the new one.
Let them have the autonomy to choose. Curiosity usually wins out.
Especially if you make it fun for kids with the natural fruit flavors that are available now. They'll switch over without even realizing they're making a healthy choice.
And once they feel how smooth their teeth are, they won't want to go back.
It's just a smarter way to manage the family's health. So to synthesize all of this for you, the listener, today, hydroxyapatite is a naturally occurring mineral that acts as this incredibly gentle but highly effective alternative to fluoride.
It works with your biology, not against it.
It physically rebuilds your enamel, it naturally whitens by smoothing the surface, and it addresses the absolute root cause of tooth sensitivity by sealing those exposed tubules.
All while fitting perfectly into a clean, environmentally conscious lifestyle.
It really is a massive upgrade to a daily habit we hardly ever think about.
This raises an important question.
Oh, absolutely.
If a naturally occurring mineral can effectively rebuild our teeth and totally replace the synthetic chemicals we've relied on for decades, what other natural biological mechanisms might we be completely overlooking in the rest of our daily personal care routines?
That is such a profound thought to end on. How many other chemical band-aids are we using when our biology already has the answer? Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope that this empowers you to keep learning, stay curious, and really enjoy the journey to a smarter smile.